This is a song called Calls Me By My Name. It's a song about home, and it goes like this. I'm heading north. Lord knows I'm lonely, but I've been trading my green for greenback. As we all know, food and wine ain't free. Been dying for a gravel road and sitting on the concrete. I miss the blue of my green river, and all I've seen's been green. I hear Carolina call me by my name, and I'll run to Carolina's arms again. When the only weight of burden begins to pull me from my feet, that's when Carolina calls me, and she calls me by my name.
All the artists today to give us their Virginia story, and just kind of a quick, where are you from, how'd you get here, who helped you?
Well, originally I'm from Long Island, actually, but my family moved here when I was 10, and it was my nuclear family in one neighborhood, my aunt and uncle and cousins in another neighborhood, and I went through school and high school and went away to college for music, and after going to college for music, I moved home, as a lot of people do.
That's kind of expected, right?
Yeah. Well, and growing up, I kind of had the Springsteen syndrome of oh, I got to get out of my hometown, And then I got home and I realized I'm from Fredericksburg, and I'm an hour from DC, I'm an hour and a half from Charlottesville, I'm an hour from Richmond, and I knew I wanted to pursue performing and writing and being a sideman and just every aspect of being a musician. And I got home and I'm like, you get a hybrid, you're in an ideal situation.
I was thinking that way. I thought maybe that's where you're going, because where else are you going to find those markets with the great venues that they have, with the tradition of music that we have in Virginia?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a shame because growing up in Fredericksburg, I was really, or at least growing up as a musician, so in my 20s, there were so many incredible musicians, Jay Starling, Toby Fairchild, they all kind of helped me find my way. I remember going to a club that doesn't exist anymore, seeing Jay, and Jay and some friends were covering the Meters, just doing funk tunes instrumentally and soloing over the changes. And I was 23, totally green, and I showed up with an amp and a guitar. Never met them before, and I was just like, how much beer do I have to buy you to let me sit in? And they're like, we drink for free, get your stuff. Which was so cool. And that was kind of the start of it. That gave me the confidence. I'm like, okay.
What a gift for somebody to give you.
Absolutely.
You said you went to school for music. Where'd you go?
I went to Duquesne.
Okay, yeah.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So I love Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's a jazz town, and I love jazz, but I didn't want to play jazz.
I didn't know it was a jazz town.
There's so much jazz up there. It's like jazz and garage rock, it seems, and not a lot in between. But George Benson's from Pittsburgh, and there's a lot up there. But came home and found my crew and kind of, for the first time, really fell in love with country and bluegrass and a lot of products of Virginia. And I was like, man, this is great. Why would I leave? And I didn't.
Yeah. No reason to, really.
No.
And it's beautiful.
That's great.
And
People are
there's
great.
fishing and hunting everywhere.
Yeah, you got the beach, you got
Mountain
the
biking.
mountains.
Yeah, man, it's a perfect place to live.
And you have so many music cities and music scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Richmond is such a rock and roll town these days. Charlottesville still has grass in the jam scene.
Yeah.
DC has R&B and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Richmond is happening.
Richmond's
It's really
super
happening.
happening.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your solo thing. Researching you and just looking at your stuff, it's hard for me to separate you from the Virginia choir.
Yeah.
You guys just look like you're like this.
We are.
Yeah.
You know?
And I was telling you this earlier. Like when you look at guys posting stuff with their band on Instagram, the front man's always putting his stuff up first, and then maybe a couple pictures of the band. You lead with your band.
So I made a record called Belonging. It was when the band, we were just starting, but I made the record by myself. I played all the instruments, and I just kind of locked myself in a room, and I did it, and it was such a fun experience, and I'm glad I did it. And then I started getting the band together, and I'm really proud of what I did by myself. But then I realized I'm a collaborator. I like being in a room
and the most
with
fun
people.
thing in the world is being in a band.
Exactly. It's like a benevolent street game.
Yeah, it really is.
Like,
you do everything together.
Yeah.
Rehearsal, if you get along.
Yeah,
it's
and we
all.
do, so.
And it's a blast.
Yeah. And so I love it. I really do.
So how do you feel about going out and doing a solo thing? I saw you kind of posted there was some nerves, but then good nerves.
Yeah, so this is funny, and I've never said this before, but it was.
You're getting it here first.
There you go. It was somebody contacted me about doing a house show in Florida, and I called Piper, my drummer. I'm like, we got this offer in Florida. It was like southern Florida. It's far. I'm like, I would love to do this. That's really far. He's like, yeah, you should do that solo. And I was like, okay.
All right, I will.
Yeah, and it was one of those things that was, they hooked me up with another show. I was down there to make it a little more worthwhile, and then those people hooked me up with another thing. I'm like, oh, I have a 3-show run in Florida now. I should do some solo shows. And I used to host a writer's round called One Night Only, where I would play by myself, but there's still 3 other people on stage.
Right. So you're not alone up there.
Yeah, you're just playing catch with songs. But I've done it, but I've never been responsible for like 90 minutes by myself.
Seeing you today, it worked for me.
Awesome.
So hard because I love guys that beat the shit out of the guitar, that don't treat it like, a 3-year-old child. It was so full and so big, the sound coming from one guy up there. And you got the big voice, dude. I think it's going to be good.
Thanks. I'm excited. And I'm not even going to try to remember where I heard this, but I heard somebody talk about like a guitar as a screwdriver.
Yeah.
A guitar as a hammer. Okay.
Don't baby it.
Yeah. It's a tool. If it's supposed to build stuff, you're not gonna baby a hammer. So
not going to drive many nails if you do.
Yeah. So most of my guitars, I try to keep that Martin a little clean because.
But I saw there's pick marks.
Yeah. I'm not succeeding.
There's gonna be.
I said I'm trying. I'm not succeeding. But
What is that? Triple O?
Yes.
Yeah. I've got an OMV.
Nice. Okay.
That whole size, the necks on them, everything about it. It's just, to me, those are the guy.
I love it. I looked for the right double for a long time, and I kind of gradually realized I'm a little guy. That's why those things are so uncomfortable.
I like them sitting down. It feels it's like a strap.
Exactly. And I started on electric guitar, so I think Triple O. That's why it just feels a little more natural. But I love that thing.
It's so great talking to you today, and I'm really glad to meet you. And I know you're coming to Charlottesville.